Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan. Today I'm going to be covering the 2023 football schedule for the USC Trojans. I'll be honest, the first half of the schedule is super easy, and the second half might be the toughest out of any team in the country. So it's very weird how the schedule is going to work, but I'll be covering all of it. First up, you're at home versus San Jose State. That's a free win for USC, so 1-0 so far. Next up, you're at home versus Nevada, another free win. Nevada's not that good. And then you're at home again against Stanford. Stanford is not going to be good. They're one of the bottom feeders of the Pac-12. So yeah, that's just free wins for USC. And then your first road game is at Arizona State. Also one of the worst teams in the Pac-12. USC is going to win that one. And then you're going to Colorado. At Colorado, playing against Deion Sanders-led Colorado team. It's going to be a different team than last year since you got all those transfers to go there. From usually was it coach at Jackson State, so most of them are Jackson State, and then you got some of them from other colleges. All of them wanted to play for Deion Sanders because why not? He's a top 10 player in NFL history, and he's a very good coach. But USC is going to still win this one. I think again, Caleb Williams is just absolutely phenomenal. I think Caleb Williams is just a bigger Bryce Young, and Bryce Young just went #1 overall and was a Heisman winner. So Caleb Williams is really good. He's the best player in the country. I talk about Marvin Harrison Jr., Brock Bowers, possibly being the best player in the country. It's Caleb Williams. If you've ever watched him play, he's just so tough for defenses to play against. He's a nightmare. And then the next game, you're at home versus Arizona. You're going to beat Arizona. So you're starting off the year 6-0. Very easy start to the year. Not a lot. You can figure out your offense because you're not going to have Jordan Addison, who is your best receiver last year. You get to figure out how Lincoln Riley and Cliff Kingsbury are going to work together, two best offensive minds in football, in college football at least. And if you disagree with that, just pull up Texas Tech's games when they had Cliff Kingsbury as coach and then Lincoln Riley from last year in with Oklahoma. They were dropping 40 apiece every game pretty much. So the two best offensive minds in college football. You get to figure out how your offense is going to work, see how good your defense actually is, because last year their defense was terrible. They only had one game that I can imagine that they actually had a very good defensive performance against somewhat of a good team, and that was Oregon State. That was the one game I can look at and say the defense won that game. But this is when the schedule gets really tough. When I mean tough, I mean probably the toughest in the country. You're going to Notre Dame. If you watch the video I had with Clemson, you get to hear about how I feel about Notre Dame. With Sam Hartman as quarterback, I like Sam Hartman. I was a Wake Forest fan a little bit whenever he was at Wake Forest. So I watch a lot of Sam Hartman. I think it's going to be very good for them. I think their defense is going to be even better than last year. And this time it's at Notre Dame. Last year they played at USC, and I think USC won by about 14. Caleb Williams gave a whole lot of problems in Notre Dame. He locked up that Heisman Award that game. So this game's going to be very close, I feel like. I think it could be even lower scoring for USC standards, like in the 20s. I got Notre Dame winning this one. I think Notre Dame is going to win this one. I got USC dropping the first game of the year. Then next up, you're at home versus Utah. Utah is the only team to beat USC last year, but they were all not at USC. One of them was in Utah when they only lost by 1, and the one that was in the Pac-12 game when Caleb Williams got hurt, so he wasn't as mobile. Also, the defense was terrible. I got USC winning this one. USC is going to win this one. It's going to be close, I feel like, because all these games have been somewhat close, especially when they're healthy, but I got USC winning this one. Then you got a freebie in the middle of this tough schedule, which is very important for USC. You're at California. You're going to beat Cal. California's not good. Again, one of them mid to lower teams in the Pac-12. USC is going to steamroll them. Then you got a very tough stretch in the year. You're at home versus Washington. Washington is definitely a team that can be very good this year. I think they could definitely win the Pac-12. Michael Penix was my second guy on the Heisman list for when I made my top 5. So Michael Penix is definitely very good. This game's going to be very close, but I think the difference is going to be USC's having a lot of their tough games at home. Like this one, Utah, and the one later on against UCLA. Good amount of your tougher games are at home, which is going to help you out. So I think that'll make the difference. Last year they were undefeated at home. I think that will continue this year. I got USC winning this one, probably in a close one. Arguably, the game of the year for the Pac-12 is coming up. USC at Oregon. Bo Nix versus Caleb Williams. You got to go up to Oregon to win this one. Oregon's crowd's always fun to be at. Oregon plays pretty good at home. I don't know if it's going to be a night game or a mid-o'clock game or even a noon o'clock game even. I don't know what it is. I think that makes a difference in my opinion. If it's around noon, I kind of got Oregon winning because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like Bo Nix just plays better at noon around that time because he's used to that for SEC. I think it's easier to transfer up to Oregon the same way. But I think this is a very tough one, but I got USC winning this one. I think, is going to win this one. It's going to be very close because, well, they didn't play last year with each other. So, interesting to see what's going to happen. But I got USC barely winning this one against Oregon. Then last one, UCLA versus USC. It's going to be at USC. Last year, this was one of the best games of the year. I think it was 48-45. It's the final score, something like that. I got USC winning this one without DTR at UCLA. I think he's not there. At least I don't believe he is. If he is, then I'm sorry. But I don't think he is. So I got USC winning this one at home. They're going to continue their 6-0 wins at home, not losing at home, unbeaten. And then I got them going 11-1 overall. Very good chance to win the Pac-12. Hope you all have a great day. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to comment anything, comment it. Subscribe if you feel like that's the right thing to do. And yeah, have a great day and God bless y'all.